obviously you do a lot of collaboration. So when you do, is it important to be in the same room and to have that interaction?
Well, nowadays with the technology, it's you can go with Skype, and I did collaborations with friends, and I have this software where you can control the computer from distance. So you can also do that, but it's good to share stuff, and it's, you know, being with the person is different. I think it doesn't. For some, it changes the inspiration and the creativity process, and for some others, no. For me, it doesn't matter, because you can make tracks with people you don't like, just because you have to do it sometimes.
Right.
And then you're like, okay, Skype is fine, you know. But with Martin, it was different. And with some other dudes as well, like Tom Tiger, Raiden, it was different because we're also friends.
Right.
So if you get along, I mean, and you have time also, because everybody's touring, I think you should definitely spend time, because it's music is about sharing information, you know.
So, and then very quickly, do you think you'll make another track with Martin?
I think so. I mean, that's my aim. We're talking about it. I mean, we're sending each other's new ideas, and I send him. I mean, he's the first one who gets to listen to the stuff I finish, actually.
Okay.
So I finished a remix for Laid Back Look. He's the first one who listened to it, and I sent it to him right on the plane, and I get feedbacks because I think he has a good vision, and he gives good advices. So yeah, he's always the first one to listen to my new stuff, actually.
This is interesting because over the years I've interviewed a lot of DJs, and it seems that they're very helpful to each other. Everybody's a radio show, they invite each other, they're very positive about each other. So what is it like?
But that's a Dutch thing.
Is it?
It's a Dutch thing.
Okay.
Because actually I don't have many French DJs or my friends. But it's a different culture, I think.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I'm cool with everybody, but I think it's the power of the DJs. You know, everybody helps everybody. In France, it's a bit different. Everybody's in his corner doing his own stuff, except DJ Snake, who's doing an amazing job because he has this concept. Pardon my French, and he built a team with Chami, Mala, and Mercer. And I think that's how it should work, you know, it's teamwork, because you're not alone when you do this. I mean, I'm me, but also I have the team, I have the PR Medianani, obviously, I have a video guy, I have the management, the booking agency, so everybody is helping me, helping us, and that's important. But I never, I mean, I have a few friends, but you can feel it, there is not this need to do it in France, you know. And even with the press, it's hard. When you look at Dutch, you go on a flight with KLM. I saw like they put like spotlights on Dutch DJs that are not the biggest, not as Garrix, but they still have a name. Like Firebeats, back then it was Yellow Claw, and like this type of DJs were going to the top, but they put a spotlight on them. When in France, you open the music selection, when you go on Air France, it's only Guetta, Bob Sinclair, and they still have this album of Bob Sinclair from 2003, you know. And I think they should help the younger generation to succeed. So yeah, so congratulations to the Dutch people, because it's amazing. I see everybody's friends with everybody. Everybody invites, as you said, for the radio show, for the parties, and I think the mood is amazing.
So thank you first of all. But, if we look then at where electronic EDM, we can call it EDM, but where it is in the world, because it is global. You fly all over the world. So where do you see EDM now? Is it growing? Is it maybe not so much in France, but do you think it's becoming the mainstream in a way?
It is becoming the mainstream in a way, and like for me, there are a few people each decades who revolutionize the electronic music, who gives it a big push, you know. I mean, in that style, in EDM style, in more like electro house, and the guys who revolutionized the dance music. I mean, for me, there is Benny Benassi with Satisfaction. I think it was a big hit, and it put electronic music on the map, like, this is the next thing.
Right.
Then there was David Guetta. I'm talking about more mainstream stuff.
Sure.
Because he was actually the first one who crossed over, you know. We invited like hip hop artists to sing on a record that was a dance music track, you know, and that was amazing. If you remember Kid Cudi making the track Memories, for me it was a big highlight. Of course, after you have all the more like underground scene, like Jean-Michel Jarre,
Sure.
Laurent Garnier, but that's a different type of music, and they wanted to target another audience. And after, you have Martin Garrix, Animals, who for me, it's not my favorite track of him, but it gave something fresh to the scene, and then it picked up. And now you have Chainsmokers, DJ Snake, who are going back to more pop stuff, crossover, and they make like trap beats, which still have the electronic music influence with the sounds, but the arrangement and the beats, of course, it's different.
So in this kind of line, and then to go into your music, so where do you see yourself fit in this scale? Say? Because you do have a lot of tracks that don't have vocals, but then some do have vocals. So where do you see yourself in this?
I see myself in I don't know actually, but what I can say is that I tried to give something fresh back in 2015. When I released my track Origami. It was super fresh, and people were really happy because it's something nobody has done before.
Do you remember when you worked on that track?
Yeah.
Well, so what was kind of the mood, or what were you going for?
I wanted to do a lot of effects on the melody and do something different. Like I used a lot of filters, tape stop, and just the way I did the melody, when I do these stops in the melody and the melody stops, then goes back, you can feel that there is this small transition and this small gap, and then when the melody starts again, it gives an extra push. Right. So it was a new style, and I have all these layers underneath the main sound that is very special, and it's my unique sound. And now a lot of DJs are trying to do the same vibe, and the story is funny because I sent it to a lot of labels. Everybody turned it down. No, what is this? It's too different. It's not gonna work. And I also sent it to Cascade, and he loved it. But after he didn't reply. And then after I sent it to Nicky Romero, and he loved it. He signed the records. So he was a visionary like me, and that's why I respect him, because he made also dope records and stuff. But he had the balls to put this track out, and I was pushing with other labels like give me a chance, do something, you know. And Protocol put it out, and then it went big.
And this attitude of, because I've heard this before, where there's a popular sound like Future House, and then everybody tries to kind of make Future House. So this attitude of wanting to push forward, is that difficult, like you say, to get Origami to out there, so tracks like that?
Yeah, it was difficult But in the process, then we worked on the promotion of the track. The strategy was that he was going to play it at Ultra as an ID without saying who made it. And so there was kind of a hype, like, oh my God, this is so fresh, we did that. And then 2 or 3 months later, they revealed that it was me who did it.
Okay.
And so that's also something you have to build, you know. There is so much work in the inside that the public doesn't see.
Sure.
And that's how you make it work.
So, finally then, well, obviously, this is interesting because you mentioned when you first released your first track or you put it on YouTube, you designed the artwork, and obviously your name is very recognizable in the art world. So, are you interested in that side of things as well?
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested in art, but not to make paintings myself because I don't have the required technique, and I'm focusing on music, and I know I'm not a genius, so it will be a waste of time.
Okay.
But I like going to museums, and I have interest for art and culture, and you know.
And then very last question then, because you have that famous last name, is that a good thing or a bad thing for you, do you think?
It was a bad thing. It was a bad thing in the beginning.
Okay.
Because obviously it's a very famous name. And when you show up like that and you're a young kid trying to make it, and first people, they don't know if it's a stage name or no, but in the beginning they didn't take me seriously. It was like, yo, it's a rich kid who's bored, and next year he will be doing something else. He will be like, I don't know, opening a bakery or something. But I kept pushing and pushing, and even at events I was invited. There are some people that will not even say hello to me, you know.
Okay.
And now everything has changed, and I was a bit shy also to show my music because the labels, they didn't want me to release music, but now I'm proud and I'm very happy because there is a story and there is a music. There is a music, so I can talk to you open about this, you know. Like, this is my name, this is who I am. I was adopted, this is it. And I have the music, but before people will focus only on that, but the bad side of it. So, and I make good music, so I found the right mix, and I'm very confident. But before it was a bit confusing for me and for people because they were like, yo, this guy he think he can come with his money and take over the music scene, and that was not what I wanted, obviously. But it was not easy, and I got a lot of critics, but here I am today.
So everything turned out well?
Everything turned out amazing.
Okay. Florian, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.